What's up, it's your girl E Lyrics, and I'm back with another video. As y'all can tell by the title that your girl got in a car accident and I was sued for 13 bands and car damages. What? I know this is what y'all thinking, like, how the hell you got sued for 13 bands and car damages? 13,000? How is that even possible? I know. I'm thinking the same thing, or I thought the same thing too, but let's get into we'll get into all that. Let's get into my shirt real quick. Let's get into that. My favorite artist and my favorite color. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my homegirl Rika, aka Auntie. That's my nickname for her. I would definitely tag her in the video, so y'all will hit her up. She does ship, so make sure y'all hit her up to put your favorite artist on the shirt. Here we go. So in 2021, I was riding down this boulevard here in my hometown, and I will admit I was not paying attention, trying to maybe switch lanes or whatever, but either way it go, I was not paying attention. And one thing about me, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. So anyway, I ended up rear-ending this guy. Yes, he was a man. And I put my car to safety after I realized I rear-ended him. I called the ambulance. He did not want me to do that, and in my mind I'm like, no, that's the right thing to do. And at first it didn't dawn on me, like, why he don't want me to call the ambulance. Now granted, he was fine, but you could just never be too sure when it comes to your body, especially the aftermath when it comes to a car accident. You might feel fine the day of, and the day after you might be in all kind of pain, right? Mind you, now I rear-ended him, okay? So I ended up calling the police and the ambulance. The 911 operator was asking me questions such as if he was okay, if I was okay, yada yada. You know, I said, yeah, he's fine, I'm fine, but you know, just to make sure, you know. So the ambulance came or whatever, just to make sure that he was fine, make sure I was fine too. The police came. Of course, I admitted being at fault. I have no problem admitting if I am wrong, y'all. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you're wrong, you're wrong. So I immediately contacted my insurance carrier. They gave me a claim number, gave him a claim number as well. Unfortunately, I was also cited the citation. No problem, I was wrong, right? Moving forward, I get a call from him, because we did exchange, no, I take that back. Did we exchange numbers? I don't remember. I think we did exchange numbers. I think so. So we did exchange numbers, and he said, hey, your insurance carrier said that you're no longer insured with them. So in my mind, I'm like, that's impossible, because number one, I have that set up on auto pay. Number two, when I called them at the scene of the accident, they gave me a claim number and everything. So how's that possible? So I contacted my insurance carrier, and they said, well, your last payment that was deducted had already took place. It's now time for renewal. What the y'all? I'm like, wait a minute. So I got in this car accident at fault, and technically I was not even insured, because they had took my last payment the previous month, not realizing this month was the renewal month, meaning technically I'm not covered. So I'm like, oh shit, he finna sue me. Rightfully so, no problem. I do not run from my problems. If I'm wrong, I'm fucking wrong. Moving forward, he then suggested and said, you know, I don't want to make this hard for you. I'm not that type of person. What you can do is, I'm going to get a quote for my damages. Keep in mind, I rear-ended him. Hit the back of his car, it was just his bumper. It was just his bumper. I rear-ended him. And he said, I'm going to get a quote for my car, and I'm going to give you the quote, and then you can just pay me back from there. I don't want to take you to court. I don't want to make this any rough than what it already is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm also keeping note of every conversation we have, text messages and emails, by the way, just so you keep that in mind now. So he then hits me with his estimate is $13,000. Let me backtrack. We were on the phone one day and he was like, you know, I got in a car accident like this one day and my damages was nearly $13,000. And, he was just, just going on and on, I guess, trying to prepare me to, pay $13,000. In my mind, I'm just like, all right, whatever. So something didn't sit right with my spirit as it is. Here's the kicker before I move forward. He's also from the motherland, specifically Nigeria. Yeah, I already know. Moving on. So, he's from Nigeria. Okay, let's play hardball. So anyway, moving forward, I get a second job for the specific reason to let whatever I earn from that second job go straight to the damages. But I don't give him any money yet because, again, I need you to show me proof, as you said in writing and on the phone, and writing as in text messages and email, that you would contact me to let me know how much your damages are. That was the agreement that you said. I ended up getting the agreement typed up, notarized, and everything. You understand what I'm saying? I ended up getting it notarized and everything. Is as a way to make it official that we both agreed to do it this way. Because even though he gave me the proposal first, I was totally fine if he would have sued me, because that's your choice. I'm the one at fault. But you said out of your mouth, through text message and over the phone, that you didn't want to do that. You didn't want to go that route. So you just wanted to go ahead and, make it easier. And by the way, y'all, I still have my court stuff, because this was hell. This was hell for me. I'm not gonna lie. I still have this to this day. Like, seriously. So anyway, I get a second job and he hits me with word of mouth on my damages of $13,000. He said, can you do that? I said, well, I can't do that up front, but I mean, I did, pursue a second job to, pay you in increments. However, I do need some sort of quote or a receipt to show proof that that's how much the damages are. I need it in writing. He literally kept giving me the runaround, pretty much trying to have me start giving him the money as, time would proceed and progress or whatever the case. And I'm not going for that. I don't mind taking care of my responsibility and righting my wrongs, but you're not finna shit me. You're not finna screw me in the ass is what you're not gonna do, because I'm gonna shit on you. Yeah. So moving forward, again, he kept giving me the runaround through text messages. I'm reaching out to him, hi, such and such, and I'm just want to make sure that I'm doing this the right way. I just need to, get some sort of receipt, something in writing to show forth of how much the damages are, so that I can start giving you your payments as we agreed, or whatever the case may have been. He's saying he busy, whatever the case may be. So it's like it's almost like he was taking advantage of the fact that he knew that I was going to do the right thing. So he's dragging it, not realizing this man is actually dragging it for a reason. Stay with me. So moving forward, let me backtrack. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. So at the scene of the accident, let's just backtrack real quick. At the scene of the accident, I do remember his car having to get towed. So that's one legitimate receipt that I knew he would have had, the towing receipt, right? And that came out to being $220. So he immediately sucked that to me. I already had in mind to go ahead and give him the $220. Keep $220 in mind. Keep that in mind now. And also keep in mind that was the only legitimate receipt that he sent. So anyway, I was able to go ahead and give him the $220. I told him when I was able to give it, I told him that I had to clock on my second job. So, we agreed to meet. I don't want to say he ignored my call, but he didn't pick up my call so that we can, go ahead and meet up. So I said, well, I'm not able to do that today because you missed the deadline of the time that I told you I was available to meet you to give you this money. So we're going to try again tomorrow. So I ended up speaking to him. And I said, hey, I can meet you today. And so he was like, okay. He was like, he then proceeds to say, well, I'm just trying to get my car fixed, so I really need the money. I said, I understand that, but you have yet to give me a receipt regarding how much your damages are. The only receipt that you've given me was how much your towing expenses was, and that was $220. I don't mind giving you that. I just want to make sure that I'm not underpaying you or overpaying you. So once you attach a document of proof of how much your damages are, I will gladly start paying you. Again, this is what the agreement was. I said, now you still have free game to take me to court. That's up to you. This was your decision not to take me to court, period. So I decide and come up with an idea or a time and date to actually give him the $220. This particular day, we agreed on it and everything. That particular day come and that time frame comes, and no call, no show. So I'm like, fuck it. He then texts me and says, we can still meet. I said, no, we can't, because you missed the deadline of the time that we agreed to meet. The reason I had set a specific time and date for that is because I had to clock in on my second job. I'm not finna be inconvenienced all because you had whatever to do. So I then told him, I said I can do it the next day, which is, tomorrow. And he said, okay. So tomorrow came and we got on the phone, and I want to say this conversation took place the day before that day. Anyway, the conversation took place, and we were on the phone, and I told him, he then proceeds to have some type of concern or complaint that he said, well, I don't want to meet in this particular area because this area is kind of this particular area that we agreed to meet in is dangerous. In my mind, I'm just like, that particular area is not that dangerous. He's doing too much. But the reason why I feel like he said that is because he felt that I was not finna come by myself because of what I'm finna tell y'all. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, this conversation took place the day before. That's what it was. Okay, so going back to the conversation, we were on the phone, and I'm asking him, I said, hey, can you, I said, I do need you to submit the receipts or the quote so I'll know how much to start giving you. He started to give me the runaround. He's like, I don't want to do this. I just need my money. I said, and I need proof of how much I owe you so that I can give you what you need. Paying you is not the problem. Knowing how much to pay you is the problem. And then he proceeds to, I guess, throw a threat. At least I took it as a threat, and was like, he said, there's a side of me you don't want to see. Da, 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 da. So the Duval came out of me, and I'm like, motherfucker, that's a side of me you don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Because that side of me, call the goons. That side of me comes with multiple people. Yeah, I don't roll by myself. Ain't nothing scary about me now. Don't get it twisted. But I got people that would get mad at me for rolling by myself if that was to ever be the case. No, let me know. Because if he touched me, he touching all of us, period. And that's how we roll, period. But so I'm going out, my sister there, my nephew there, they want me to calm down. Fuck that. I'm going the fuck off. Because you got me fucked up because you're trying to shit me for some money. Now, I had already owned up to my at fault, all that. That ain't no problem. But you're not finna shit me. So, of course, that call was recorded. I let my daddy hear it. I let my mama hear it. My sister and my nephew were already there, so they heard it. So my daddy said, all right, when we go meet him to give him this money, don't you go by yourself. Let me backtrack real quick. I ended up getting our agreement notarized. The agreement of him agreeing to just move forward, having a meeting between ourselves that I would just pay him what the damages are instead of going to court. I got that notarized. I went and gave that to him or copied to him by myself. I ain't think nothing of it. But moving forward, when I conducted this next meeting to give him the money this time, he felt that I was not going to ride by myself or come by myself. Because what other reason would you out the blue say that, oh, you don't want to meet in this particular area, when this particular area is the same area we met in last time, and you were by yourself, I was by myself. Why you didn't want to meet in the area again? Yeah, because you knew. Yeah, you know. I'm pulling up, my sister pulling up, my mama, my daddy pulling up, and my daddy gets out the car. So I'm sitting here, we waiting. My sister pulled up alongside me, and my parents, they parked a little bit further away, which I think I know why they did that, so it wouldn't seem so bam rushed, I guess, because I think my daddy wanted to get him by himself, you know what I'm saying, but had me from a distance, me and my sister from a distance actually, and my nephew, because he was a kid, he still is a kid, but anyway, so I flagged my daddy. I said, Daddy, that's him, letting him know that that's him pulling up. So I then proceed and I say, Daddy, that's him. And he say, he got out the car, he shook the man's hand. He said, hey, how you doing? I'm Ebony's father. He said, she told me what happened. You know, y'all got in a car accident. And my daddy looked at him like this and slightly got in that man's face. And he said, I want you to know I heard everything on that call. My daughter recorded that call. And I want you to know, don't you ever in your motherfucking life threaten my motherfucking daughter. We got something for your ass. Just going off. And the man was like, oh, I don't want, like, you know, he backing up like a scary ass bitch, like literally. And my dad was like, this is America, bitch. You might do that shit in your motherfucking country, but you in the motherfucking States, let alone you in my city. You in my state. You trying to pull a scam and all this. Do you not know Florida is known for that? You ain't even doing it right. Not condoning it, okay? I'm not condoning it. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it, do it. But anyway, so I was afraid for Buddy because I thought my daddy was gonna reach to the right side. But anyway, the man lived. But no, seriously, it was just one of those things where my daughter not finna go by herself giving you this money. And it was daylight. It didn't matter what time of day it was. I wasn't finna go by myself. But it was funny, kind of, sort of, low-key, because my daddy was not playing, you know. And then my nephew, he was recording and everything, so he was making it funny to me. Because my nephew had some commentary or whatever. But anyway, I wish I had the clip. Oh my gosh, but it's all good. So then my daddy let him know straight up, this deal that you got with her of just giving her a receipt to have her pay you back, that deal is off. We ain't doing it. Take her ass to court. You ain't doing this no more. Cut that shit off. So I'm like, all right. So I get the $200. He refused the $220. He refused it. Okay, so my mama put it back in the bank. And how that came about was my mama transferred the money from my account into hers, and she just went and got the $220 cashier's check for me. So moving forward, I felt something wasn't right this entire time. So I'm like, okay, well, since he finna sue me, I got to get on my A game. I have to be Inspector Gadget. I got to go to work. I got to go to, I quit my second job. Quit it. Yes, I did. And I had to go to work on this case. Because this motherfucker wanted 13 bands, but couldn't prove that I owed him 13 fucking bands. 13. Okay. So I called my homeboy. I said, hey friend, I need your help. I need you to ride with me to the body shop place where his car was getting fixed at. He said, all right, I got you. He said, matter of fact, come spend the night at the house. So I need you to come tonight. He's like, all right, I'm coming. So I showed him the receipt, you know, my homeboy, and he was like, I said, that's the address that his car is at. The man obviously pulled up in it wasn't no rental. It was obviously a car that maybe somebody loaned him. You could tell something's if a car is a rental. But anyway, so I told my homeboy, I said, I showed him the receipt. I said, that's the address. I said, I need you to ride with me to that place tomorrow, because this man is saying that his damage is $13,000. He even mentioned $4,000. But something's not sitting right with me with that. Again, I'm not trying to get away from it, but again, you're not gonna screw me in the ass. He's like, all right, I got you, friend. So we get to these people, and I scoped out, or I was able to, not scoped out, but I was able to spot out the man's car that was sitting there. So I told friend, I was like, friend, there go his car right there. He was like, all right, go ahead and pull up over here and we'll talk to the man. I said, yeah. So I got out the car, you know, my homeboy got out the car with me, and we approached the guy. I said, hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. I said, I was involved in a car accident with that vehicle right there. I was at fault. I'm just trying to get an estimate for my car, and I'm trying to see how much his damages really are. He's having to take me to court with this, and he's telling me one thing, and I'm not believing this. So he was like, okay. I was like, he's telling me that he paid $13,000 for these damages, but then he's also going back saying that it was a $4,000 situation too. He said, no, it wasn't that much. He said, I can't reveal to you what the receipt says, but it was neither one of those. It wasn't that much. So I said, okay. So I said, can you at least can I get a quote for my car, for my vehicle? He said, sure. Now my damages were slightly similar to his, except mine was up front to the side. His was just his bumper. I rear-ended him. So then I asked him to quote my vehicle, and he said, your damages are around $1,500, no more than $2,000. And that's just guesstimate. We haven't looked at what parts are needed and all that good stuff. So I'm like, okay, $2,000 is not, it sounds about right. I said, well, okay. I said, but he said, well, I can actually tell you this. His damages, the cost of his damages are around the amount similar to yours. What? Come again? Say that again. What? This nigga went from $13,000 to $4,000 to now I'm actually hearing the truth that your damages are actually really $2,000, maybe a little less than that. Could have been gave you 2 bands. Ben gave you 2 bands. But if you trying to get back to Africa, just fucking say that. Just say that. Just if you trying to get back to the motherland, you could have just said that. I mean, because that's what it was giving. So the guy told me, he was like, all right, I can give you my card. If it's ever a situation where the judge need to contact me, have them contact me. I said, no problem. I didn't think that was going to happen. So I at least, so as I'm submitting my documents and everything, I made sure that I submitted that information, the body part, the auto body car place, if they needed to, confirm the cost of his damages, I don't know if I mentioned this, but he didn't take pictures at the scene of the accident. I took all of the pictures of my vehicle, front and back, all the way around. Same thing with him. Same thing with his car. I took pictures of his vehicle all the way around. He didn't take any pictures. It's like he was just using the fact that he had the upper hand because he wasn't at fault. Yeah, okay. And I'm using the fact that I don't know you to cover my own ass because I don't trust this. So, moving forward, and by the way, my homeboy, he was pissed. He was very upset. He did not like the way this was going at all. So as I'm looking at the receipts, I'm also seeing where his address was, and come to find out that same address was the same address or apartment complex that my best friend, stayed in at the time. And so I asked my best friend, I was like, yo, I need you to do me a favor, because at this time I found out that his car was already fixed when I went to the place, because the guy also told me while we were there that his car was fixed, and we saw it for ourselves. So I called my best friend. I said, hey, I need you to do me a favor. The dude I got in a car accident with, he stays in an apartment complex. I'm gonna show you the car. I'm gonna show you a picture of the vehicle, and I'm gonna show you his license plate. I need you to find that car, and I need you to let me know if it's fixed or not. He said, all right, I got you. So my best friend found that car, and he said, yeah, it's fixed. I said, okay, cool. The only reason I'm asking this is because when we get the code, I want to make sure that I don't want him, if he was to try to lie and say, oh, I still haven't got my car fixed yet. No, sir, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he saw him driving and, bypassing or whatever the case, and he just so happened to saw him, driving or whatever. He said, yeah, I saw that car bypassing, and it's actually, fixed, So anyway, moving forward, y'all, my first court date. The night before, I was shitting bricks because I had never been to court before. Not for myself anyway. The last time I went to court prior to that was to support somebody in their own damn case. Now I need support in mine, you know. So I just felt unease. I remember going to my parents' house at the time, and I also realized that my Google email was somebody was trying to log into my Google email. Mind you, now we've been keeping contact via text message and emails. I don't have physical proof that it was him, as in me seeing him trying to log into my Google, but I know it was him. I know it was him. But what you don't know about Google, sir, is that it notifies the person and it gives them the option as to, is this you? Click yes. Is this not you? Click no. I kept clicking no. What you was trying to do is he was probably trying to log in as me and make it seem like I was sending him all kind of threatening messages. You can't shit the shitter, sir. You can't. You know. So anyway, so moving forward, he ends up proceeding with, suing me or whatever, and we get to the first court date. And this particular one was the mediation court date where, try to settle a certain amount. The man was like, the mediator wanted to know if we wanted to settle on $4,000. I said, no, sir, I'm not settling on anything. What about $2,000? I said, nope, not settling on that either. I'm not settling on nothing but what I owe him. I just need proof. I'm not believing that I owe him nothing but what I owe him. I need the proof. So we go to the next court date, whenever you don't have a decision that's made. So the next court date, let me backtrack. So I called my parents, actually before this court date. Let me backtrack a little bit. I felt like I was being watched. I felt like I was being followed, y'all. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm scared. I feel like I'm being followed. I feel like I'm being watched. I need y'all to come stay with me for the night, And so my daddy, he in the background going off. I'm laughing because I remember his response. And so my mom was like, man, he got my baby scared. And he told me something, of what? And, my daddy is about that life. Nothing scares him at all, but probably losing his kids and my mama. You know what I'm saying? Or grandkids too. But they hightail it on over there where I'm at. And they stayed with your girl. My mama, she went to sleep. And my daddy was downstairs. And so my mama said, go check on your daddy. I said, all right. So I go downstairs. And my daddy told me straight up, I'm just out here scoping your complex, making sure I don't see nothing, making sure. In other words, my daddy stay ready so he don't have to get ready. He does not play by his kids, So we go upstairs, and my daddy does the most gangster shit I have ever fucking seen. To me, it was gangster as hell, because ain't no goddamn way. This man sat at my desk. I let my mama have my room. I had a 1-bedroom apartment. I slept on my futon in my living room. My daddy sat up in my desk because I was, work from home, my main job. He sat at my desk and watched TV from sundown to sunup. This man did not go to sleep. I was like, who does that? And he had his little friend sitting right there on the desk, ready. I'm still stuck on the fact that this man didn't go to sleep. Like, I called them maybe around 9. They got there around 9:30, 9:45-ish, because I stayed far, y'all. I stayed hella far at the time. And this man sat in my desk, literally from 9 to 8 in the morning. How do you do that? He was ready. He had to stay ready, y'all. All of that happened before the first court date. Like, my mom and them having to come, spend the night with me and, make sure I was in a better headspace or whatever the case may have been. So anyway, the documents that were being submitted, because we had to submit them electronically. I saw the receipts. He finally revealed the receipts for this particular court date. He finally revealed it, for this particular court date, like the second one, where we had to actually appear in front of a judge. And this was virtual court because it was still, practicing social distancing, quarantining, all that good stuff. When he presented the documents and the receipts, etc., quotes, all this stuff started coming out the woodwork. Mind you not, he has no pictures. I had all the pictures submitted. I submitted pictures from the accident. I also submitted text messages, emails, and if needed, I had phone records on standby if I needed to play it while in court. So as I'm looking at these receipts, and my best friend, my girl best friend, I send them to her. She said, okay, yeah. She said, yeah, he paid for the damages. She said, but for some reason, I feel like something's still not right. I said, me neither. I feel the same way too. So I called my godmama, because I sent them to her too. She then tells me, she said, you know these numbers are altered, right? Yes, ladies and gentlemen. He had a receipt, but he altered the numbers. The font that you see where, how you have a receipt or a bank statement, whatever the case may be. You know how you have where you purchased your item, and then the amount is right here. The amount was a different font than where the amount was spent. See, and my godmama, she's a teacher. She's also a former HR specialist recruiter. So she knows how to thoroughly look at documents and notice what's right and wrong right then and there. Quick. Because even I didn't notice that. And just to make sure I wasn't tripping, not that I was second guessing my godmama, my homegirl and her son and her niece came over to my house. I said nothing to the kids about the accident. I said, hey, can y'all tell me the difference? What's wrong? No, I said, look at this receipt. One of them said, it looks edited. The other one say, yeah, it looks fake. Kids are noticing this type of shit. Kids. I did the same thing to my niece and nephew. Asked them, I said, hey, how does this look to you? It looks like it's not real. And my nephew, he like, that shit look fake as fuck. Like, he just like, this is children. And at this time, my niece and nephew, they were in middle school, and I want to say my niece was in elementary, maybe 5th grade, just finishing up 5th grade or something like that, or borderline middle school. They were young. So it's like, for kids to notice that something ain't right with these receipts, y'all, yeah. So we get to the second court date, or not even that. Before we get to the second court date, as I had, realized and found out and got it confirmed that these receipts were altered, I actually called this particular, and I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah, this is blowing my mind right now, even talking about it again. So as I'm noticing, or as I had taken notice that the receipts were altered, I had contacted, or actually maybe it was prior to me finding out the receipts were altered. But anyway, I contacted this well-known law firm that deals with car accidents, fault or at fault, don't matter. And I talked to the guy, and he pretty much gave me a consultation. Very nice guy. Oh my gosh. We actually have dealt with them before when it came to our car accidents. So just wanted some advice. And I told him what happened. He said, well, the fact that he hasn't sent you any legitimate receipts. Yeah, now that I think about it, this actually took place before I found out that the receipts were fake, because he hadn't submitted anything. He said, you know, honestly, the fact that he hadn't submitted anything or any proof of what you owe, I don't see him winning this case. I said, but what if he submits something fake and get away with it? And in so many words, he was pretty much telling me, do you think that that's gonna get past these people, the judge? I said, I hope not, but I've never been in something like this before. And he was like, he said, send me your documents, let me see what you got. This man was just only wanting me to just excel at this. He could have charged me for consultation. He could have did all kind of stuff, but he didn't. He said, listen, I feel like you're gonna win this. In my mind, I'm like, how? I'm at fault. Shit, you know. So I proceed, get to the second court date, because it took 3 court dates. 3 for this. All because he wanted to play dirty, y'all. So the second court date was, I ended up writing a letter, giving a timeline and in full detail as to what happened with the accident, all the way up to us communicating and everything. Girl, we get to court. I'm talking about girl. Like, y'all my home girl. So we get to court. He says his piece. I say my piece. He says what happened. I say what happened. So the entire time, the judge was really looking at him like, okay, well, where is this? Where is that? She kept asking him questions that he should have had material for. I had proof of damages. I had proof of text messages. I even had proof that I had the, you know, original $220 towing receipt prepared to give him, but he reneged. Anyway, she even went on to proceed and say that, you know, I'm noticing that in Miss Anderson's pictures, that your window wasn't busted, but it says in your quote that you got your window fixed. So when did that take place? So then he proceeds and he makes up some type of lie about, you know, well, at the time, you know, whenever she hit me, it could have knocked something out of place. No, sir. Stop that shit. Stop that shit today. Right. You know, fast forward to the third court date. Okay. So third court date. Baby, that judge showed out. You hear me? Just when you think the bag ain't being secured outside of other main sources, it is. Come to find out. So she asked him, you know, how much was his damages, and, you know, she said, where's the receipt that you did agree to give Miss Anderson? Because based on the text messages and the emails, you agreed to do this with her. You know, you had the option to sue her, because rightfully so, she was at fault. But you decided and put it in writing that you just wanted her to pay you for what the damages were, and you would provide a receipt for that, for her to do so. He proceeds to say, well, the company, you know, did not give me a receipt, you know, That judge said, well, I'm appalled that that company didn't give you a receipt, because I actually own part share in that company that fixed your car. What? Y'all, the judge said she owns part share in the auto body shop that fixed his car, and she's appalled at them not providing him a receipt. He said, yeah, because one of the guys that used to work there, one of them used to date my daughter. I know that company very well. In my mind, I'm just like, no, okay. But yeah, that's what I was doing in my mind. I had to keep it cool though, because I was in court. But for real though, you know, I'm just saying, like, they were looking at all his documents. All that shit looked homemade. It looked like he went to Microsoft Word and made up some dumb shit. That's what the fuck the shit looked like, okay? After all of that, Again, the only legitimate receipt that he provided was the towing, and that was $220, which is what I was trying to give him in the fucking first place to proceed, or at least start off with, because that was the only legitimate receipt you had, you know. Because I was trying to find out where this 13 bands came from. A 2013 Camaro. I hit you from behind, and it was just your bumper. When does a bumper cost $13,000? Anyway, so I get an email. Again, virtual court, virtual notification for the ending of the court session, Your girl only had to pay $220. Immediately sent that to him and went on about my fucking life. Okay? Went on about my fucking life. This is what happened. See, you thought because you were not at fault that was your upper-handed motion to rule over me, not realizing you don't win when you play dirty. Because I promise you, I'm gonna uncover the dirt for you, and everything gonna be seen. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. You submitted falsified receipts. You lucky they didn't arrest your ass and take you for some type of fraudulent, and gave you, pinned fraudulent charges on you. So honestly, I beat my case. I won, because I didn't have to pay $13,000 that he was trying to get in the beginning. I ain't have to pay four bands, which is another decrease that he was just trying to get a good bit of. No, you got $220. All because you lied. You were dishonest. You came over here to my city, my state, my country with that bullshit is what you did. That's what you did. So yeah, y'all, it's a wrap. Your girl was free from all of that. You know what I'm saying? I think I said this. I got new car insurance. I never was riding around dirty without no car insurance intentionally, no. But I'm very responsible. I'm a very honest person. I don't believe in getting over on people, but I promise you, you're not gonna get over on this one. Like, I beat you at the game you presented to me first. No, you wasn't gonna win that one. Not at all. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that, and I will be back with another video.